That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the very last day of existence for one of my favorite cable TV networks of all time, Spike TV. And let me tell you, I'm really bummed out about this. I mean, it was a really good network here with so much great programming, and now it's just dwindling to cops reruns right now in its very last days. I can remember way back when, before it was Spike TV, there was TNN, and after TNN, it became the new TNN with so much good programming, and then it became Spike TV all the way back in 2003, and it has some really good programming from MXC to Manswers to A Thousand Ways to Die, to many good auto mechanic things here. So many great programming. Hell, as a wrestling fan, I remember WWE Monday Night Raw after it moved from the USA Network. It was so awesome. And I also remember like some good animated programming, like the Ren and Stimpy Uncut that just goes balls out explicit. Like I was laughing my ass off when I first saw it. I also remember the short-lived Stripperella. I mean, which is kind of, I mean, the animation was good, but the writing, he seems a little bit questionable at best. But I'd still enjoy it nonetheless. Pam Anderson. One of the most memorable shows here on Spike TV that I loved to watch when I was a kid, I mean, that I was laughing my ass off, was the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge here. I mean, I love the obstacle courses, I love the humor here, and the redubbing of the voices, which it turns out the actual show, was a Japanese show called Takeshi's Castle, which was hosted by the Takeshi Kitano, aka Big Takeshi here. And let me tell you, like the spots, the funniest parts here, I was laughing my ass off here, and I felt like, shit, I want to do it too, but then I don't want to fuck up my shit. I don't want to fuck up my body here just for that. And there was like so much UFC programming here. I mean, a lot of MMA programming here. Personally, I'm not an MMA fan here, but I enjoy some UFC here and there. Especially their reality show, The Ultimate Fighter. I mean, that was a good one. That was a really good one. And also, I love video games. I'm a gamer, and I also watch Spike TV's Gamehead with GF Nightly. It is a weekly video game show, and I later follow up with the short-lived, fresh-baked video games. And then it became Game Trailers TV, which I always enjoy watching this show here to see the best game reviews, to check out some previews about the latest new games, and some really awesome stuff. And also, I remember watching the Video Game Awards on Spike TV here. I mean, like, in retrospect, I mean, some of the stuff there, I mean, with the nominations and the people that have been that are presenting the awards here, most of these celebrities here, it seems questionable, like just a little bit questionable at best in retrospect. I mean, but still, I mean, still an entertaining show nonetheless. And also for horror movie fanatics, there was always the Scream Awards by Spike TV. It's a really good award show. And I also the Men's Choice Awards. I freaking love the Men's Choice Awards on Spike TV. That was my shit. Short-lived, but still the shit. And I also remember the reruns of Star Trek shows. I was watching Star Trek movies, Star Trek The Next Generation, etc., etc. I love watching those back in the day. And let's not forget, Spike TV was the first network to air all 6 Star Wars movies, both the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. Oh my god, I remember watching this marathon nonstop until the dawn, until the dusk. It was the shit, man. From the original trilogy to the prequel trilogy. I always liked the original trilogy the best, rather than the prequel trilogy. Nevertheless, it was a good time on Spike TV to air all of these movies. And I remember back in 2005 when they started airing TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. Right now, it's Impact Wrestling right now. And that was the shit. I mean, when the WWE left, when they left Spike TV and go back to the USA Network, they figured, okay, we'll find another replacement here. Hey, let's try Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. And it was a success. It became one of the most highest rated programs on Spike TV. And I tell you, man, like, whenever you have professional wrestling on your television network, it's going to be a guarantee. It's going to be a highly rated network. Trust me. I know. And then Spike TV pulled the plug out of TNA, out of their programming, because Vince Russo accidentally sent an email to Mike Johnson of PW Insider instead of Mike Tenay, one of the commentators and then they contacted Spike TV, and then they contacted TNA. They figured, why the hell you brought in Vince Russo? Why the hell you still have Vince Russo in your creative? And then Dixie Carter denied it, and then they canceled their ass. I mean, that was a big mistake on both sides, to be honest with you. But it's mostly on TNA's fault, because why the fuck you have still Russo in the creative as a consultant in secret? Seriously. Well, Impact is in a small network called Pop TV, but I digress. Anyway, I was about to say that, and nowadays, it's Spike TV has some great program that appeals to men like us. Get more action. The late night strip, gaming, sports, wrestling, men's health, building, and also the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency. They have their own reality show, Real Vice Cops Uncut. I mean, those were the shit. And nowadays, they're still stuck with reruns of Cops and the lip sync battle, which I never even enjoyed it to begin with, honestly. I mean, what's the point of having a battle where you're just lip syncing? If you slip up, they'll know that you're going to be the second coming of Milli Vanilli. They're pulling off a Milli Vanilli. They have this show. Lip sync battle is basically an excuse to be a Milli Vanilli, and no one would even know the difference. Ain't that a goddamn bitch? Those are great times of Spike TV. I just love that network. And now, in its very last day, and then tomorrow, it is going to become that's right, the Paramount Network, named after the Paramount Pictures movie company that is owned by Viacom. That's right, we're going from Spike TV to the Paramount Network right now. A beginning of a new era here. We've gone from professional wrestling to awesomeness to gaming. Now we've gone to a network that's going to appeal to all demographics for the most part. There's some really interesting programming going on here, especially some Spike TV remains that are Bar Rescue. I enjoyed Bar Rescue. There's also Lip Sync Battle. I mean, one of the most highest rating shows on Spike TV, now the Paramount Network. I know it's going to stay there anyway. And let's see, there's some interesting programming. I got to look over to it. But one of the most notable ones right there that I just noticed is Heathers. Heathers? Oh my god, this is going to be a disaster. I tell you that. And I know there's going to be some reruns of movies that are made by Paramount here. I mean, of course, it's the Paramount Network, duh. And also, I want to give you some of my predictions right here. Okay, just one very prediction in particular. And I hope that they'll get it right. My prediction is that the Paramount Network, since they're trying to appeal to all demographics here, men, women, children, everybody alike, I hope that they will pick up professional wrestling in their programming, despite they're not Spike TV anymore, because it appeals to men, and men love professional wrestling. I think that they want is, if Impact Wrestling starts to pick up some steam here, based on the rebuild and the changes with Scott D'Amore and Don Callis in charge here, I have a grand feeling that Paramount is going to crawl on their knees and be like, guys, we want you back. We want you back here on Paramount Network. I know it ain't Spike TV no more, but we're going to need some bigger ratings for our network. So we figured, why not you guys could come to TNA and come to the Paramount Network and make a big impact, no pun intended, so they could stick it to Vince McMahon. So they could stick it to Vince McMahon, but just make it a #1 alternative for people to enjoy. Because if you don't, Ring of Honor will. That's what I'm hoping at this point. In short, I will always remember the great times that I had with Spike TV, and I will always remember them till the day I die. So thank you, Spike TV. You always give me some great memories. And Paramount Network, good luck, folks.